Brazilian football legend Pele dies at age 82. Pele, who had a tumor removed from his colon last year, passed away in a Sao Paolo hospital, his agent said. Brazilian football legend Pele has died following a long battle with cancer, his agent Joe Fraga and his family confirmed on Thursday. His daughter, Kelly Nascimento, took to Instagram on Thursday to post a tribute to her father, accompanied by a photo of members of family members holding his hand as he rested in a hospital bed. "Everything we are is thanks to you," Nascimento wrote. "We love you infinitely. Rest in peace." Edson Arantes do Nascimento, October 23, 1940 to December 29, 2022, known as Pelé, was a Brazilian professional footballer who played as a forward. Regarded as one of the greatest players of all time and labeled the greatest by FIFA, he was among the most successful and popular sports figures of the 20th century. In 1999, he was named Athlete of the Century by the International Olympic Committee and was included in the Time list of the 100 most important people of the 20th century. In 2000, Pelé was voted World Player of the Century by the International Federation of Football History and Statistics and was one of the two joint winners of the FIFA Player of the Century. His 1,279 goals in 1,363 games, which includes friendlies, is recognized as a Guinness World Record. Pelé began playing for Santos at age 15 and the Brazil national team at 16. During his international career, he won 3 FIFA World Cups, 1958, 1962, and 1970, the only player to do so. He was nicknamed Orai, or the King, following the 1958 tournament. Pelé is the joint top goal scorer for Brazil with 77 goals in 92 games. At club level, he is Santos' all-time top goal scorer with 643 goals in 659 games. In a golden era for Santos, he led the club to the 1962 and 1963 Copa Libertadores and to the 1962 and 1963 Intercontinental Cup. Credited with connecting the phrases "the beautiful game" with football, Pelé's electrifying play and penchant for spectacular goals made him a star around the world, and his teams toured internationally in order to take full advantage of his popularity. During his playing days, Pelé was for a period the best paid athlete in the world. Since retiring in 1977, Pelé has been a worldwide ambassador for football and has made many acting and commercial ventures. In 2010, he was named the honorary president of the New York Cosmos. Averaging almost a goal per game throughout his career, Pelé was adept at striking the ball with either foot in addition to anticipating his opponent's movements on the field. While predominantly a striker, he could also drop deep and take a playmaking role, providing assists with his vision and passing ability, and he would also use his dribbling skills to go past opponents. In Brazil, he is hailed as a national hero for his accomplishments in football and for his outspoken support for policies that improve the social conditions of the poor. His emergence at the 1958 World Cup, where he became the first black global sporting star, was a source of inspiration. Throughout his career and his retirement, Pelé received several individual and team awards for his performance in the field, his record-breaking achievements, and legacy in the sport. Early years. Pelé was born Edson Arantes do Nascimento on October 23, 1940 in Três Corações, Brazil, the son of Fluminense footballer Dondino, born João Ramos do Nascimento, and Celeste Arantes. He was the elder of 2 siblings and was named after the American inventor Thomas Edison. His parents decided to remove the I and call him Edson, but there was a mistake on the birth certificate, leading many documents to show his name as Edison, not Edson as he's called. He was originally nicknamed Dico by his family. He received the nickname Pelé during his school days, when it is claimed he was given it because of his pronunciation of the name of his favorite player, local Vasco da Gama goalkeeper Pelé, which he misspoke. But the more he complained, the more it stuck. In his autobiography, Pelé stated he had no idea what the name means, nor did his old friends. Apart from the assertion that the name is derived from that of Pelé, and that it is Hebrew for miracle, the word has no known meaning in Portuguese. Pelé grew up in poverty in Bauru, in the state of Sao Paulo. He earned extra money by working in tea shops as a servant. Taught to play by his father, he could not afford a proper football and usually played with either a sock stuffed with newspaper and tied with string or a grapefruit. He played for several amateur teams in his youth, including Sete de Setembro, Canto do Rio, Sao Paulino, and Ameriquina. Pele led Bauru Athletic Club Juniors, coached by Waldemar de Brito, to 2 Sao Paulo State Youth Championships. In his mid-teens, he played for an indoor football team called Radium. Indoor football had just become popular in Bauru when Pele began playing it. He was part of the first futsal or indoor football competition in the region. Pele and his team won the first championship and several others. According to Pele, futsal or indoor football presented difficult challenges. He said it was a lot quicker than football on the grass and that the players were required to think faster because everyone is close to each other in the pitch. Pele credits futsal for helping him think better on the spot. In addition, futsal allowed him to play with adults when he was about 14 years old. In one of the tournaments he participated in, he was initially considered too young to play, but eventually went on to end up top scorer with 14 or 15 goals. That gave me a lot of confidence, Pele said. I knew then not to be afraid of whatever might come. Relationships and children. Pele married 3 times and had several affairs, producing several children. On February 21, 1966, Pele married Rosemary dos Reis Cholbi. They had 2 daughters and 1 son. Kelly Cristina, born January 13, 1967, who married Dr. Arthur De Luca, Jennifer, born 1978, and their son, Edson, or Edino, born August 27, 1970. The couple divorced in 1982. In May 2014, Edino was jailed for 33 years for laundering money from drug trafficking. On appeal, the sentence was reduced to 12 years and 10 months. From 1981 to 1986, Pele was romantically linked with TV presenter Juja, which was influential in launching her career. She was 17 years old when they started dating. In April 1994, Pele married psychologist and gospel singer Asiria Lemos Sejas, who gave birth on September 28, 1996 to twins Joshua and Celeste through fertility treatments. The couple divorced in 2008. Pele had at least 2 more children from former affairs. Sandra Macondo, who was born from an affair Pele had in 1964 with a housemaid, Anesia Macondo, fought for years to be acknowledged by Pele, who refused to submit to DNA tests. Pele finally relented after a court-ordered DNA test proved she was his daughter. Macondo died of cancer in 2006. Pele has also had another daughter, Flavia Kurtz, and an extramarital affair in 1968 with journalist Lenita Kurtz. At the age of 73, Pele announced his intention to marry 41-year-old Marcia Aoki, a Japanese-Brazilian importer of medical equipment from Penipolis, Sao Paulo, whom he had been dating from 2010. They first met in the mid-1980s in New York before meeting again in 2008. They married in July 2016. Health. In 1977, Brazilian media reported that Pele had his right kidney removed. In November 2012, Pele underwent a successful hip operation. In December 2017, Pele appeared in a wheelchair at the 2018 World Cup draw in Moscow, where he was pictured with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Diego Maradona. A month later, he collapsed from exhaustion and was taken to a hospital. In 2019, after hospitalization because of urinary tract infection, Pele underwent surgery to remove kidney stones. In February 2020, his son, Edino, reported that Pele was unable to walk independently and reluctant to leave home, ascribing his condition to a lack of rehabilitation following his hip operation. In September 2021, Pele had surgery to remove a tumor on the right side of his colon. Although his eldest daughter, Kelly, stated he was doing well, he was reportedly readmitted to intensive care a few days later before finally being released in September 30, 2021 to begin chemotherapy. In November 2022, ESPN Brazil reported that Pele had been taken to a hospital with general swelling along with cardiac issues and concerns that his chemotherapy treatment is not having the expected effect. His daughter Kelly stated there was no emergency. In December 2022, the hospital where Pele was being treated, Albert Einstein Israelite Hospital, stated that his tumor has advanced and he required greater care related to renal and cardiac dysfunctions. Death. On December 29, 2022, Pele died at the age of 82 at the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paolo, Brazil. His agent, Joe Fraga, confirmed his death. Pele had been undergoing treatment for colon cancer since 2021 and had been hospitalized for the last month with multiple ailments. Brazilian football legend Pelé, final words before his death are said to be, "I don't feel well." Messy, isn't it?